Good day folks, Sean here from Air Photography. Today we're just going to do a quick unboxing of the new DJI RC Pro. This is for the new Mavic 3 or the Mavic 3 Cine. I'm still waiting for my Mavic 3 to arrive. It should be here tomorrow. This actually arrived early. It was supposed to come with that shipment, but it arrived here today. So we'll just take a quick look at it and we'll see if there's any firmware that we need to update. So there's quite a price increase this year with the new smart controller. It's a little bit cheaper if you live in Canada because we don't have to pay as much duty on products, drone products anyways. For example, here in Canada, the RC Pro comes in at $959, somewhere around there. And if you live in the States, you order it directly to the States, it's going to cost you $1,100, $1,199 actually, I believe. And currently, the way it sits right now, this is only compatible with the Mavic 3 series. It's not backward compatible with older drones as of yet. That may change with a firmware update. Same with the original smart controller. At this point, it is not compatible with the Mavic 3. Can't see DJI making it compatible because they want people to upgrade to the new one. But I guess we'll see what happens there. So here we have the controller. Apparently they have it in some child-proof packaging. So there we go there. We'll set that aside. We have a little bit of literature, a little book there with some information, USB charging cable. And one thing that's different this year is it doesn't come with a charging block. The original smart controller did. So they've kind of done what Apple have done and stopped including those chargers. And you think for the price of these, they could include one. So let's go ahead here and we'll take a look around it. You can see the antennas are a little bit different now. They're folded up at the top just like any of the other remotes that they've had in the past. With the original smart controller, they folded down underneath. We have our control sticks at the bottom there. And one thing I'm noticing right away, you can see there they kind of got those really tiny threads similar to what's on the FPV drone. I really don't like that because that's kind of a weak point. I'm always afraid on my FPV drone that I'm going to end up snapping those sticks off just because it's really thin metal there. If you compare the threads there, this is the one from the original smart controller. This is the new RC Pro. You can see just how much smaller that metal is. So I don't really like that they've done that because if they happen to snap off in there, you know, that's not really something that you can fix yourself. You'd probably have to send it back in for repair. So let's take a look at the button configuration on it. Looks like we have a back button on that side. We have a 5D button. We have a speed selector, Cine, normal, and sport. Pause button, power button, and return to home. At the bottom here, we have a spot for a micro SD card. We have our USB-C for charging. We also have an HDMI port right beside that. And beside that, we have those spots where we can connect a lanyard or other attachments. The back here, we have a customizable C1, C2 button. And on the back here, we have our gimbal wheel and another dial there for zooming in. Just like the original, it does have a built-in speaker at the back there. And the antennas are different this time. You can see they fold out like a traditional controller. I actually like that better. Let's take a look here and we'll compare it to the original smart controller. You can see there size-wise, it's a little bit bigger, a little bit taller, and for the most part there, the button configuration is identical. The back of it is quite a bit different. Oh, and I forgot to point that out. There's your photo button on that side and the video record button on that side. And you can see there the powering on sequence is different. This one is reverted back to the double press, quick press, and then long press. The original smart controller, you just had to press and hold to power it on. But the new one's a little bit different. So let's just go ahead and we'll follow the on-screen instructions. I'm assuming this will need to be activated. Agree. We'll connect to our network, set our time zone. We'll log into our DJI account. So there we go there. We've logged in with our DJI account. We've activated the controller and we've updated the firmware. Unfortunately, I had to update the firmware off camera because it took me a minute to figure out how to do it. On the original smart controller here, it was as simple as going to our settings. And we would just scroll down until we've seen system update. And from there we could update the firmware. But in the settings on this one, there was nowhere in here I could find a way to update the system. I went through all the different settings and menus and I could not find anywhere to update it. So what I ended up doing is launching the Fly app, went over to Profile, then Settings, and from there I could download an update. Now I thought it would just update the Fly app to the latest version, but indeed it was a whole system update. If we go into our camera view and then go over to About, You can see the Fly app version is 1.5.0 and the new RC firmware is 01.00.0300. Of course, alternatively, you can plug this directly into a computer, use the DJI Assistant 2 app, and you can update your firmware as well. The menu system is a little bit different, and the shortcuts are a little bit different as well. You can see here it's nicely laid out, it's clean and simple. We got shortcuts to the important things that we need, like brightness and volume. Of course, we can initiate a screen recording, take a screenshot, and do a few other tasks as well. There's this notification area over here, so if you do something like start a screen recording, then you stop it, you can see all that information will now be listed in your notifications, where you can go in and view it, share it, or delete it. I did install a memory card, as you can see there, and file management is fairly easy. We just launched the Files app. From there, we can switch between the internal storage and the external storage. We have shortcuts to images, videos, and a few other different file types. And of course, we have the whole structure there that we can browse. So that is the new DJI RC Pro for the Mavic 3. So now at this point, I just have to wait for my Mavic 3 to arrive. By the time I get this video uploaded, that means you're watching it tomorrow. So that means my Mavic 3 will be here today. And I ended up going just with the Fly More combo. I didn't really have any need for ProRes. So I just got the Fly More combo and then ordered the smart controller separately. Well, folks, hopefully you enjoyed this video and got some value out of it. Give it a thumbs up if you did. It's always greatly appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. And we'll see you in the next one.